Hi everyone and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So really exciting, I found the large print on my phone, on my iPad. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. Oh, see how large that print is? So I will not be losing my place anytime soon. So let's get right to today's Drama Hospital, because let me tell you, it's like pull your hair out worthy at some parts. So at Valentine's, aka the room that he and Nina have, Valentine's on the phone with Charlotte, and they didn't spend New Year's Eve with her, which is always nice, especially when you're in a new house. And he has a surprise for her, and I'm literally throwing a fit over here. So Nina thinks being her stepmother, it will be different because they have like a friend relationship now, and like she doesn't want Charlotte to resent her, and will she accept me? Claudette is the only mother she's ever known. I just don't know, Nina. So again, Nina makes me want to pull my hair out. So she's gonna like totally support him in this custody battle against Lulu. But then what'll happen when Claudette comes back? That's what she's concerned about. Never mind her actual mother or anything. So Valentine says Claudette won't come back, like he's sure of that. And he's like, when she's like, how do you know? He's like, well, she would have reached out already if she was gonna come back. Yeah, that's totally what you meant, man who was hiding a gun and who's a murderer by pretty much everyone else's account. So she's like, I can't imagine a mother losing contact with her child. Like, how, blah, 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 that's so sad. How would that happen? And Valentine's like, well, like, she's not her mom, and she knows it. Lulu's her mother. And Nina's like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, like, how can a mother lose contact? Oh, let me cut Lulu out of her daughter's life. That's So Nina and Valentine take a selfie with their ribbon rings, and like I almost want to like them a little bit because that was super cute, but then I'm like, no. It's not even so much him I have the problem with. I mean, okay, yeah, I do have a problem with him. I didn't say that right. But like, I can't. You know how I feel about Nina's like hypocrisy right now. And I know we'll get into that a little later. So at Drama Hospital, Andre is going to hypnotize Anna so she can get into some of those memories. And she does pretty well, but then she pulls back at the last second and like can't see who's in the door. So he thinks that she doesn't want to remember what she saw, like she's suppressing it, repressing it, same diff. And she asks to be put under again, and he's like, why don't we wait? And she's like, no, now. So she's holding her watch, and she hears the whistling, and she's approaching the room and puts her hand on the doorknob, and what'll happen next? Find out a little later. Also at the hospital, Franco is avoiding Elizabeth, but not very well, and he winds up like bumping into something and making an absolute mess. So they do talk, and then Seth Baker comes in and asks how he's walking around when he killed his brother, and Franco's like, cool. So Obrecht tells Seth to lower his voice, and Seth told the police everything about how Franco harassed Tom, so like the choking and all that. And he leaves, and Obrecht is like, what? And Franco confesses he did more than stalk Tom, because she's like, how does he know that you had that app on your phone? And Franco's like, yeah, funny story, actually. So he has to find out who really killed Tom Baker in order to clear his name. So once again, everyone else but the police is going to be investigating and probably doing it more successfully. So also at the hospital, Finn got Hayden food, and she wants to be released like so bad, and it's possible that she will be released today. And by the way, how is he doing? So he skirts that. He doesn't answer that question. So he's like, oh, my results will be back with yours, and then we'll know. So Elizabeth comes in with the blood work, because who else would deliver the blood work? I'm just kidding. We're cool. So Hayden is clear, and Hayden's like, how's your blood work? And like, he's not answering. Elizabeth's like, he's clear too. And Finn's like, and she's like, oh, we're all friends, haha. So he doesn't have to take Zen anymore. And then Elizabeth is like, what? Because she didn't know that part. And then Hayden clarifies that he was just using it to manage his condition. That's all. And then that's when the wheels in my head started turning, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have to take it anymore. Maybe in the meantime, he got addicted. It wouldn't be his fault. It would be totally understandable it happens, even if you're taking the dose for, like, a small amount of time. I know from personal experience, when I had my wisdom teeth out, after the Percocet, they put me on Vicodin for about a week, and I don't know what happened, but, like, if I would be over a dosage, I would just almost go into, like, hardcore withdrawal. Like, I'd been addicted to it for years. Addicted to it. I can't talk. And, yeah, I'll tell you that story another day. It was really, really bad. But then after I was done with all the doses of Vicodin, I was good. Like, I was so afraid that I was going to, go into that. I mean, it was bad. I could barely walk. Like, my mom had to bring the Vicodin out to me so I could take it. And I was, like, 16 at the time, too. I should not have been on. I don't know why they gave that to me. I know, I'll digress in a second, I promise. But, yeah, basically, I get where he's coming from if he has gotten addicted to it in the meantime, So I have empathy for that, because I've been there. So Hayden wants to celebrate, and with Roxy too. Let's get her some crickets and order some room service for them. So, because they are clear of this disease. So when Finn leaves the room, he, like, collapses against the wall, but he's, like, conscious. It's not like, ooh, it's like, ooh. And, maybe it's just I think he's going through a withdrawal, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So at Crimson, Maxie is going back to work even though she was super, super sick, and Nathan thanks her for how great she's been through all this, because he knows she really wants to get married, and she's like, nah, it was a disaster anyway. So, I mean, she's not happy about this, but, So, how can he divorce Claudette if she's disappeared? Maxie researches this, and it turns out he can put something in the paper stating he wants to be divorced, and then she has 3 weeks to respond. If not, bam, you can get the divorce. I mean, I'm sure it's not instant, because nothing's instant, but you know what I mean. So then Nina comes in and insists Maxie goes home and let me order you some soup, and then some flowers come, and then Maxie's like, oh, and then it's like, oh no, they're for Nina, and it's like, oh, to my lovely bride, and it's like, what now? So she tells them, she roundabout tells them that she married Valentine. Aren't you happy for me? And they're like, now. Obviously she was coerced, and she's like, no, I asked him. Again, doesn't mean you weren't coerced, but we've addressed that before. So Maxie's like, are you out of your mind? And they're going to be, and then Nina's like, well, we're going to be really good for Charlotte. And Maxie's like, whoa now, like, that doesn't mean you're Charlotte's mother, right? And then Maxie's like, I gotta call Lulu. And Nina's like, oh, she already knows. And Maxie's like, I don't care, I'm calling Lulu. And Nathan is like, look, this is just, he's using you like Rick did. And that doesn't go over well with Nina. And Nina says that she's stronger now. She's different. And I believe that. I think she's just made a mistake in a different way. Why can't he respect her decisions? And he's like, look, you're only doing this to have Charlotte. And, she's like, no, I want a family. And Nathan's like, are you even in love? And she's like, well, not all marriages start with love. And that's not important. What's so great about love? The men she loved wound up breaking her heart. So like, I'm glad they're showing us where she's coming from, because then it's like, you have all the pieces to the puzzle more. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. I mean, obviously I have a problem, but I don't have a problem with it. The part of this that I can't get over is the hypocrisy with Lulu. And I know in part she's in a way blinded, because she really does want to have a family, and I do empathize and sympathize with that. Well, I sympathize with that, I don't empathize with that. But I don't, there's still that, but I feel like we're all kind of we're feeling the same way, just like in different ways, Anyway, so at the Metrocorps, Alexis and Diane are having drinks, prepping for the hearing, but Diane shows her the newspaper, aka the app. Did you see this on the newspaper? And she recognizes Tom Baker, and she's not okay. So Diane says, oh, so he's like, yeah, no. So Diane's like, yeah, this guy had a bad history. So, like, not that I would wish death on anyone, but, like, this isn't a crazy loss or anything. And then Alexis tells her that she was with him the night he died, and she went to the bar after Sam's baby shower, and she doesn't remember anything. So Diane's like, what? And knows Alexis is hiding something, so she says she remembered seeing him, and that she broke her drinking promise, and she went to a bar because, she felt horrible, and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, yeah, you didn't just break your drinking promise that night, though. Like, you broke it the day after. Like, there's been no even trying to adhere to this drinking promise. So Diane's like, okay, at least you've been volunteering at the legal place, so, you know, that'll look good for the bar. And Alexis is like, yeah, I haven't. You know, just so much stuff happening. You know, I can't shake the abyss off. And Diane's like, you can't let Julian ruin any more of your life. Like, you can't afford anything to look negative. And now, end scene. So Nina slams the door and wants to be alone. And Nathan hopes that she'll see that this will... that the mistake she made, but, like, it's killing him because he knows this will end badly no matter what, you know, just because Valentine's involved. So Maxie won't let Valentine hurt her. It's going to be like a united front. They're going to protect Nina. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder how long that's going to last for Maxie when it becomes clear that Nina's, like, going to go full stop against Lulu. Which, what is, oh my goodness, Misha was hiding under the blanket and Star walked, and then Misha was like, peekaboo, and Star ran. You saw that part of it. It was pretty adorable. I wish you would have been here. So anyway, yeah, when it becomes clear that Nina totally wants to erase Lulu, I mean, that's what I'm gleaning from the way, I mean, for Nina to say you don't deserve her, I'm like, I feel like she's really going to go fully against Lulu, and that's not going to go over well with Maxie at all. So it's going to be interesting. So Nina looks through her baby name book at Charlotte, and then she throws it out and focuses on the child she has now, not the child she wishes for. I'm like, girl, like, I have no problem with being a step-parent. I don't at all, you know, but the way, like, oh, I can't right now. I have to process more of this, because seriously. So Nathan wants to go to Canada to talk to Claudette's mom and get a lead on this, and Maxie wants to come with. Valentine has his gun out, like, on the table, and he deletes Claudette's contact information. It's like, you don't have to worry, Nina. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty ominous. What does Anna see? Her watch, and now it's on the ground. It's broken. And it stopped at 11:05 on October 29th, which is her birthday, which is also 29, 30, like 2 or 3 days, depending on how you count days, before Valentine showed back up at Port Charles. So could that just have been a coincidence that he shows up around Anna's birthday? Who knows? I don't think it's a coincidence, to be quite honest with you. Because why? I mean, obviously Anna's had that birthday forever. And I mean, the Valentine thing. I don't know. I feel like it's not a coincidence. Hayden has her lucky Christmas cactus. And I'm going to get cacti again when I'm all set up here. Finn still has his Zen. And he injects himself. So he has developed an addiction. And, like, I know he won't because we're watching a soap opera. But, like, he really should get help now. Because now it's, like, understandable, but if he keeps going on and lying, it's not going to be about the addiction anymore. It's going to be about the lying, but I know that is a part of addiction, and it's just so complicated, and I just want him to be okay. I really do. I'm concerned for him. Obrecht talks with Elizabeth, well, more like makes snide remarks to Elizabeth, and Elizabeth asks if she believes that Franco won't do crazy things anymore, and Obrecht's like, do you? And I'm like, well, that doesn't answer the question, but if you were on Whose Line playing the questions game, you would be amazing. So Franco goes to Jean's and talks with the bartender and bribes him for information on the night of the 21st about Tom. Who did he talk to? Someone comes in. It's Alexis. So, yeah. That's going to be interesting. I'm very interested in this, to be quite honest with you. I had no idea they were going here or anything, and I'm into it. And, okay, so official end of recap. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. But if you don't know about our it's ours now. Our Guess the Date game for this year, I'm doing, like, when you think someone will come back. I have all different, suggestions in the comments, but basically, like, you guess when you think a certain thing will happen or a theme. So, for instance, today, Wednesday, there was a guess that Dylan will be back. Also for tomorrow, too. So you can do, I mean, it's not just one day, and we have a whole year. I mean, want to be impressive and make something that you think will happen in August? I dare you. But, so Dylan did not come back today, but maybe we'll see him tomorrow. And also, I have that Charlotte's custody will either start, or something will happen with Charlotte's custody on the 18th, so I'm still banking on that. I have hope for that one. And we also have just like a general for January that someone's back from the dead. So you can do that too. Like if you think if you want to just pick the month and be like, I think this will happen in this month, you know, if you're not like so much on the exact things. But it's just like whoever's closest. It's just for fun. I figured it might be like, we see like repetitive themes, but in like a good way because it's a soap opera and there's going to be repetitive themes. So I thought I'd just make a game out of it. But anyway, so that lives here. That is our little 2017 game, and I have the snow going because it's the winter and it was like 40 degrees, but it's gonna Arctic chill. Yay! No. But in any event, thank you. Before I ramble on too much longer, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. Bye!